Brace yourselves for a seismic shift in the crypto landscape. Microstrategy CEO Michael Saylor has once again plunged headfirst into the world of Bitcoin. In a strategic move, Microstrategy swiftly converted an $800 million offering into a staggering 12,000 Bitcoins, solidifying their commitment to Bitcoin as a long-term investment. The crypto saga continues. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. Just in, MicroStrategy just bought another 821 million Bitcoin. It now totals 205,000 Bitcoins bought for $7 billion, as MicroStrategy is now $7.7 billion in profit on its Bitcoin investment, and a return of 112% so far, as Bitcoin breaks a new all-time high this morning of 72,000 and rising towards $100,000. News say that Michael Saylor's full interview, and he goes for Wiz. We are buying it to hold it for 100 years. That's 66,000 to 16,000 crash. That shook out the tourists, that shook out the non-believers. When it was 16,000, we were all ready to ride it to zero, and that's what you'll find with the Bitcoin maximalists. The next stop, just in, as $125 million leveraged Bitcoin positions liquidated by the surge to $72,000. Bitcoin is trading at over $72,000 this morning, and in just 10 days time you will be able to trade Bitcoin live on the platform, so that's basically let's go for more. For the first time in the history, Bitcoin has made a new all-time high before the halving event, and it is truly different this time. Good morning, there are four new things. This is Bitcoin cycle. We closed the bear cycle with a drop below the previous all-time high, and we have a new all-time high close above the 69,000, and we are working for a decisive close above the 69,500 before the halving. The ETFs are driving daily purchasing demand from $30 million a day prior to the $300 million a day after. Supply on exchanges is going down, not up, as this cycle is completely and utterly different, and when supply and demand dynamics change, you must forget a previous cycle analysis, or at least suspend belief in anything you think you learned. So this is a new beast, and all your old expectations have been reassessed. Approach this with fresh energy or get wrecked. Bitcoin is just 28,000 away from 100,000, and it took just 33 days for Bitcoin to gain the $28,000 right away. So that's before the halving. Can it be possible to reach 100,000? We will see. Breaking news, as former President Donald Trump says, sometimes we will let people pay through Bitcoin, and it is an additional form of currency. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. Breaking news, London Stock Exchange to accept applications for Bitcoin exchange traded notes, as well as I heard the same information about the Ethereum, I guess. Bitcoin is up 400% since El Salvador started buying 1 Bitcoin daily, and of course mainstream media is not covering it now. They are in disbelief. We're buying 1 Bitcoin every day starting tomorrow. Let's go for more. The SEC rejecting the first Bitcoin ETF because it was too risky at $1,000 exactly 7 years ago, protecting investors from 5,000% gains. So SEC rejected Winklevoss Brothers' bid to create a Bitcoin ETF on March 10, 2017. Next up, new Bitcoin is gonna eat gold and divert capital from risk assets and ETFs like SPY, and it's gonna be incorporated into many funds, becoming a structural asset. Halving will cut the supply of natural sellers, and the Bitcoin price will have to adjust up, says Michael Saylor. Bitcoin headed toward 75,000 with more than a month to go until the halving, and more models absolutely destroyed as we enter price discovery. And I'll repeat, it's time to think long and hard about the fundamental supply of and demand for this asset. You need to understand why Bitcoin has grown into a $1.5 trillion asset, and ask how it fits into the broader macro picture. Is demand likely to increase or decrease from here? Are institutions likely to increase or decrease their allocation to Bitcoin now that BlackRock is pushing it? These aren't difficult questions to answer, and a harder question to answer is what the price hodlers will require to bring more coins to market. Let the bidding begin. The next stop we go for, you had 214 days to buy Bitcoin under 30,000, where you would be up 120% right now. 7 months, you had more than 7 months, and we were screaming at you to do so, trying to help you. There's no excuses. Sorry, not sorry. Microstrategy acquires an additional 12,000 bitcoins as the rallies in price discovery. So, amidst the heightened demand for Bitcoin fueled by some of the largest financial institutions on Wall Street, Microstrategy Inc. has continued to make palpable waves. And on Monday, during the early New York session, Microstrategy announced that it has completed its previous offering with an $800 million due in 2030 with an annual interest rate of 62.5%. So, the MicroStrategy quickly converted the funds into the Bitcoin to continue with its long-term investment plans. And according to the announcement, MicroStrategy has added 12,000 Bitcoins worth of 821 million using the proceeds from the offering and its excess cash reserves. As a result, MicroStrategy now holds 205,000 Bitcoins, which were acquired for about $7 billion at an average price of $34,000 per Bitcoin. So, MicroStrategy thrives on Bitcoin strategy. With the Bitcoin price in the price discovery phase of the macro bull run, MicroStrategy has seen its stock market rally exponentially to a new multi-year high, as MicroStrategy stock consolidated since the end of the internet bubble in early 2000s and began a fresh rally after adopting its Bitcoin trading plan. And according to the latest market data, MicroStrategy is now worth over $24 billion, with its stock market up by over 500% in the past year. Bitcoin rallies on increases while demand. So we are watching the new 9 ETFs buy 10,000 Bitcoins a day, and this textbook example on demand. So the heightened cash inflows to the Bitcoin investment products led by spot Bitcoin ETFs have fueled the ongoing bullish outlook. And as of this writing, Bitcoin price has gained more than 3% to trade at about $72,000. Consequently, most crypto analysts have revised their Bitcoin targets upward for this bull cycle. As moreover, Bitcoin price has rallied above its prior all-time high around the 40 days from the fourth halving, and previously Bitcoin price revisited its all-time high almost 6 months after the halving event. Next up, MicroStrategy stock is moving higher Monday. What's going on? So, what to know? The MicroStrategy shares have surged nearly 100% over the last months and have climbed to their highest level since March 2000 in recent weeks alongside rising Bitcoin prices. An increased demand following the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in January appears to be driving crypto prices higher, and many market participants are also looking ahead to April's halving event. Last week, MicroStrategy announced that it would offer $700 million aggregate principals amount of 2.5% convertible senior notes due to the 2030 in private offerings to qualified institutional buyers. And in the new regulatory filings, the company said it used the net proceeds to buy Bitcoin. And between February 26 and March 10, MicroStrategy said it acquired an additional 12,000 Bitcoins for approximately $820 million in cash, using $781 million of proceeds from the offering and $40 million of excess cash to fund the purchase. MicroStrategy is a business intelligence, mobile software, and cloud-based service company focused on accumulating Bitcoin, and as of March 10th, MicroStrategy said it held an aggregate of approximately 205,000 Bitcoins at an average purchase price of approximately $33,706 per coin. So that's kind of all the news we got for today on MicroStrategy. There will be more, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.